Hello everyone, my name is Kathy. I am presenting my project titled Ola Ride Insights. This project focuses on analyzing ride sharing data from Ola to understand riding patterns, customer behavior, cancellations, and revenue trends. The main goal is to convert raw data into meaningful business insights using SQL, Python, Power BI, and Streamlit. So, to do this, first we need to understand the business problem. So, right now, the Ola is facing severe problems such as massive volumes of cancellation of rides, customers' dissatisfaction, and the reduction in revenue. So, we are going to help them identify the causes behind this by analyzing the data into insights. So, the business objectives of the Ola is reduce cancellation and improve ride success rate, optimize driver availability and allocation, enhance customer satisfaction and service quality, and improve revenue streams and payment efficiency. So, for that, the tools we used are Excel, Python, Matplotlib and Seaborn, SQL, Power BI, Streamlight, and all. So, we used Excel for data validation, whereas Python for data cleaning and pre-processing, and Matplotlib and Seaborn for exploratory data analysis, and SQL for data querying and analysis, Power BI for interactive dashboard development, and whereas we used Streamlight for web application for insights delivery. So, the methodology I followed to complete this is first, I prepared data. By cleaning missing and inconsistent values, I standardized the formats and created new fields which are required for the analysis. And after that, I performed DDA to identify the trends, cancellations, and revenue, why it is happening, what are the main situations that are pushing them to happen. And I used SQL queries for KPI extraction. Later on, I used Power BI for visualization and create trend distribution and comparison analysis to understand why it is happening in the visual format. And after that, I deployed all these into Streamlit application. So basically, I will be showing my Power BI dashboard, how I created it and why I created it. This is my Power BI dashboard. See, these are the charts I have created for bit analysis. So in this, we can clearly see the ride volume over time and booking status breakdown. After that, what are the types of vehicles used by the drivers and what has the highest rating and so on. So now I will be explaining the charts I have chosen for the analysis. Ride volume over time. This chart basically explains about total rides which are happening and average daily rides which are taking place and the lowest and highest peaks we can see. So the total rides that are happening are almost 103K and average daily rides which are taking place are 3,330 and whereas peak daily sales are around 3,440, lowest daily rides are around 3,070. So we can see that ride demand is consistent throughout the month. There are no high peaks and low peaks, but we don't observe any downward trend or clear upward trend in this. And the next one we are going to talk about is booking status breakdown. So the booking status is basically divided into four types, where if a booking is success and if a booking is cancelled by the driver or it is cancelled by the customer or the driver is not found. So most of the bookings are almost success. 63.9K, around 62.1% or success rates, whereas the next category which is dominating is the category cancelled by the driver. Driver has cancelled the rides due to certain reasons, and after that the rides which are cancelled by the customer due to several reasons. And the last but not least, the least category we are going to talk about is driver not found, which is not always the case while Ola rides are getting booked. So we can clearly see 60% of the bookings are completely successful, but 28% are almost contributing to the failure, which is a major drawback in maintaining customer feedback. So it's better if we improve customer satisfaction by reducing the cancellations. After that, the next chart I'm going to talk about is the cancellations that have taken place and the reasons who and why they cancelled it. So basically, here we can clearly see that cancellations happened by the driver and cancellations by the customer itself. So basically, cancellations by the driver is dominating compared to the cancellation reasons by the customer. Driver is cancelling the rides because of certain reasons that is listed in here. So we can clearly see why the driver is cancelling. Personal and car related issues, customer related issue is also the major second category which is contributing towards the cancellation of drives. And whereas customer is sick and coughing, this is not occupying much compared to the personal and car related issues and customer related issues. So the two main reasons which are dominating the chart are personal and vehicle issues and customer related issues. With this, we can clearly say that driver cancellations indicate operational instability at the driver level. This reflects a need for stronger driver management and compliance frameworks. So it's better if the driver manages in the better way. And the next chart we are going to talk about is the customer reasons for the cancellation. So in this chart, we can clearly see that customer is cancelling the drive due to several reasons. In this, the first reason which is getting occupied is driver is not moving towards the location and driver is asking to cancel by himself. So these two are occupying the most, which is why the customer satisfaction against the rates getting affected. And the revenue which will be generated throughout the customers will also be getting affected if the driver cancels more rides without any proper reason and improper management, which leads to losing of the customers. And how it impacts revenue, we will see. Now I will be showing the revenue column where we can clearly see who is paying more and what are the payment methods used in this and the ride distance distribution per day. So the revenue by payment method is about how the customer pays the driver. Mostly the customer pays the driver in cash. And the next category that dominates is UPI. UPI and cash are most basically used by the customers to pay the driver. And credit card, debit card, and other things are not used much more compared to the cash and UPI. Now we will be talking about ride distance distribution per day. So here the ride distributions are distributed based on the days. We can observe that Tuesday has the more rides compared to all other days. The active day is Tuesday and the Monday. And the next category that occupies is Wednesday. These three are the most active days among all the days. Because people will be working. So basically, Monday to Wednesday is the most occupied days among all compared to the weekends and other days. So here we can see ride demand is highly predictable and commune driven, primarily linked to the professional and business travel. This predictability provides a strong foundation for proactive supply planning and dynamic pricing strategies. And the next chart I'm going to talk about is top five vehicle types by ride distance. So why people are choosing certain vehicles overall and how it is getting influenced based on the customer personal reasons and what vehicle is mostly preferred by the people to travel all over the places. So in this we can clearly see about vehicle types distributions. So there are seven types of vehicles, whereas prime sedan is used for almost all travels by customers. Customer prefer prime sedan and e-bike to travel to the places they want to go, like offices mostly. Economic options for short distance travel is also the reason for customers choosing prime sedan as their best traveling choice. The total distance in kilometers is highest is 1.5 m, and the top vehicle the customers used is prime sedan. That is what we have observed by this. And the average rating the customer is offering towards this all types of vehicles are 4 points out of 5, which is not that bad either. Now we will be talking about rating analysis in further for further understanding. So customer versus ratings are displayed based on the vehicle types. Here we can clearly see almost all the vehicles have the same customer and driver ratings towards them. That doesn't make any major difference while rating the charts based on vehicle types. And the average driving rate is also 4 point out of 5. While, like I told, the customer rating is also 4 points. So the star driver ratings are less compared to the five-star customer rating. So 1.5, 1,531K drivers have got five-star driver rating from their customers. Customer and driving rates are consistently high and perfectly aligned across all types of vehicles, like I told before, which indicates strong service quality, and the lack of variation suggests a standardized user experience, which needs to be observed based on the service categories. Now we will be talking about the business recommendations to improve the customer satisfaction and the rights which are not taking place. So out of 103K rights, only 63.9K are getting successful. To improve the rights which are not happening, we need to follow certain methods which helps the Ola rights to improve their business in much proper way. So the first business recommendation I will be suggesting based on all these insights are implement a driver reliability scoring system linked to incentives. If they link the incentives to the driver reliability score system, drivers won't be finding unnecessary reason to cancel the rides, which can improve the driver performance and the customer satisfaction levels and generate income, I mean revenue, and introduce penalties for frequent cancellations post acceptance, which makes them understand the situation in a proper way, and provide real-time navigation optimization to reduce pickup delays. Mostly the customers are canceling the rides due to pickup delays. It's better if the drivers are introduced with real-time navigation optimization, which helps them to pick their customers at any place without any hassle. And the next priority area we need to talk about is address driver not found supply gaps. Why the driver is not found? This needs to be addressed properly. 10K rides failed due to unavailability. 10K rides should have been proper if the driver was there within that location. So the recommendations I would be like to suggesting in this case was deploy predictive demand forecasting models for driver allocation and introduce driver dynamic incentives during peak hours. If the driver pick up someone in peak hours, at least give them incentives which makes them almost available without being causing the case for driver not found, and optimize geo-based driver distribution using heat maps to make them understand the difference, and expand driver onboarding in high demand zones. Some zones need certain drivers to travel, so more people are needed for the business to solve the problem, which is driver not found supply gap. So take more people and send them to the areas which needs high demand rights, which helps them to reduce the driver not found supply gaps. And the next thing I need to address is about improved driver optional readiness. This needs to be improved because certain drivers are canceling the rides due to this problem. So, mandate periodic vehicle health checkups and complaints audits. So, when the periodic vehicle health checks are taken care of, the driver does not need to cancel the rides due to uncertain issues of how the car is working and all, and provide emergency support systems for drivers, which helps them, and offer training programs on professionalism and customer handling. This needs to be mainly done because certain drivers treat customers in a rude manner, which makes the customers feel bad about their situation. So, professional training needs to be given to the people, and that is what I would suggest in this case. And the main thing we need to focus is on enhance customer experience and trust, because the customer trust will give better business results compared to the untrustworthy customers. So the trust plays a key role in this area. So to gain the customer's trust and get positive experience and make them the permanent customer to this service, I would like to recommend certain measures. Introduce priority booking for high value customers. The people who are paying more for the Ola, they needs to have prior booking such as premium bookings and all options, which makes them the permanent customer to the service of Ola, and provide compensation mechanisms for the failed rates. This need to be done across all the categories because once the ride fails, the customer time will be wasted, and the revenue the Ola will be getting also be wasted. So compensation needs to be allocated to the people for the damage caused by the Ola team at severe cases, which helps them to gain the trust of the customer in severe cases. And the next thing we are going to talk about is accelerate digital payment adoption. Sometimes the digital payment adoption is needed in severe cases. Cash dominates despite strong UPI presence. We all know that in the chart we have observed the results, but still we need to offer UPI exclusive discount and cashback programs and introduce subscription based payment benefits like wallet and all. Reduce cash dependency to improve transaction transparency and efficiency. It helps transaction transparency to happen in an efficient way. So we need to accelerate digital payment adoption much more compared to the cash one. And the next thing we need to strengthen is about customer retention strategy. So we need to concentrate on top customers, launch tile-based loyalty programs, and use behavioral analytics for personalized offers, implement subscription right passes for frequent users, which makes them the permanent customer to the services, which helps in generating revenue and increasing the success rate of the rides. And next, we need to optimize pricing and demand management. In this case, the demand is predictable and weekday heavy. We can all see that. And the recommendations I would like to suggest in this scenario is implement dynamic pricing during peak demand periods. It's better if this is happen. And align driver availability with demand cycles. Where the demand is needed, the driver must be available no matter what. Make the drivers available, which optimize the pricing and demand management in the perfect way. And the next thing we need to improve is service quality and ratings. Ratings are at around 4 point. Yeah, out of 5, it's 4 point. It's not that bad. But still, the improvement need to be made because certain rides are getting cancelled. So to gain more customers means to gain much better benefits in a business. So we need to focus on improving ratings and quality of the services providing by the Ola team. And here I would like to suggest collect structured feedback forced for improved tagging. It's necessary to collect feedback from the customers about the ride and the situations and reward top rated drivers with incentives and visibility. If the top rated driver is rewarded with incentives, he would like to work more and generate more sales, which helps Ola rides in improve their improving their business. Introduce quality benchmarks for driver. Yes, sometimes the quality benchmarks needs to be introduced in the case of drivers, which helps the service quality improvement that impresses customers and get better business scenario compared to the one we are having right now. So after all this, we observed that the reduction in cancellation was the root cause identification behind the cancellation of the drives. Most basically, this has been contributing compared to all other reasons and improved driver utilization and availability. If we implement the above recommendations and all, the driver utilization and availability helps to improve the business and generate the revenue and enhance the customer satisfaction and retention will happen when these steps are followed before the time I mentioned about and increased operational efficiency and revenue optimization. After implementing all these things, operational efficiency will increase and revenue optimization will also get increased. Data driven strategic decision making. It helps stakeholders and Ola business to make strategic decisions if we implement the following steps and recommendation I suggested in the report. And I would like to conclude that the Ola Rights Insights project successfully demonstrate how data analytics can address critical business challenges like ride sharing operations. By leveraging SQL, Python, Power BI, and Streamline, the project provides a comprehensive analytic framework to monitor performance identify inefficiencies, and implement target improvements. The insights are derived from the analysis, and we observed that the cancellations are paying the most cost for reduction in Ola success rate. So that will be improved if we follow these steps, and the customer satisfaction will also get improved, which helps Ola to generate successful business rates. And now I will be sharing my SQL file where where I have obtained key business metrics by performing queries on Ola data set. So, like I told before, this is what I have extracted, how many successful rates and average distance for each vehicle type, and so on. These are the key performance indicators which are extracted using SQL database queries, and which helped me in understanding why the success rate is only 62 out of 100, and the vehicle types we are using, and the top customers who are paying, and so on. And now I will be sharing my Streamlight app, which helps the business to get better understanding at which areas they need to make key improvements. So, uh, so this is the Streamlight app I have created. So basically, I have taken vehicle type, booking status, and payment method as the selected filters to filter across all the types of areas to get better understanding in individual format or in group format. So here we can see vehicle type, booking status, and payment method are taken as the slices for this. And the overview about the Streamlit dashboard is similar to that one of the Power BI one. And we can see it. I have integrated SQL queries in the dashboard where if someone sees this dashboard, they can get clear understanding about search metrics such as successful bookings and average ride distance by vehicle and all. I will implement one query. So, like I told you, 63,967 rides are the successful bookings that took place out of 103K. And for the Power BI one, I don't have access to the service, so I attached the screenshots of the Power BI dashboard I have created. That's it. This project helped me in understanding and solving the problem of Ola business. Thank you.